Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of entitled people. In today's episode, my petty manager thinks she can cancel my vacation because she couldn't take her vacation day. Sibling expects me to support his vacation to overcome his depression. School principal expects hours of my time, plus supplies for free. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My petty manager thinks she can cancel my vacation because she couldn't take her vacation day. I 30F working in the small business. We have a manager who has been working here all her life. She has her own favorites in the office. These favorites are allowed to break every rule and do whatever they want without being questioned. Those who are not her favorites are always under scrutiny and loaded with work responsibilities that are to be done by her favorites. Since I started the job, for whatever reason, she made me target her hate. I am always respectful to her. However, she likes to make my life hell over everything. Initially, I was given work responsibilities equivalent to 4 people's work. Now fast forward to few years, I am still doing work of 2 persons' job. She always throws tantrums like kids every time I get off. She goes to extra miles to create issues on days I am off and blame everything on me. She even made issues when I was hospitalized and asked our boss why I got special treatment. I am going on a long vacation. I had told our boss about my plans and had it pre-approved even before making any bookings for stay or ticket. I put it on calendar 3 months in advance with a note that it's been pre-approved. My manager was supposed to take extra off so she could have an extra long weekend. However, our owner said she would be off that week as well. Our owner didn't ask the manager to cancel her off or whatever, but our manager took it upon herself and canceled it. After doing that, she turned towards me and told me that since I have to cancel mine, I am canceling your vacation as well, which is scheduled in 2 months from now. I looked at her, and I was like, WTF? I went to her desk, which is right outside where our boss is, and told her that she may cancel it. However, then she has to refund the money I spent on booking my flights and stays and activities, which are non-refundable. The amount totals to $3,000 plus whatever my boyfriend spent too. And it will be something she needs to do something out of her pocket since our boss is not asking me to cancel, but you are. Our boss looked at us and just shrugged, knowing that she had been playing games with me since beginning and not wanted to get involved. Guess what? I am still going on vacation. I am also going through everyday torture of her petty comments about my vacation, but I am gonna count it as victory as small it is. Edit. So everyone who is confused, why I am not changing my job. So, I came here as a student and now I am on a work visa. In order for me to continue working or to have a visa, the employer needs to go through a very complicated and expensive process through immigration process. The process sometimes takes forever, and even though every document is correct, the visa application gets denied. Once denied, we cannot apply for 1 year, and we only get 60 days to leave the country. Also, if I get fired, then I get only 90 days to find a new employer or sponsor. The job role I have is not as special, and most companies prefer to hire citizens or residents with work permits or green cards since it's the most cost-efficient way. TBH, your boss sounds like a shithead. Literally, that's their job as the boss to handle things like that. Pretty annoying. They won't just tell this lady to get over herself. Either way, hell yeah, take that vacation. She's salty AF. Yup. I'd have taken my receipts for holiday directly past her to him and told him politely that as the company have said they're canceling your holiday, you need these expenses X2 paying. Dump it on him. Let him have to sort it once and for all. Don't forget to send postcards to her during your trip. You know, the having a lovely time, glad you aren't here kind of things. Maybe not worded quite like that. Send some to the boss too, so you can't be accused of playing favorites. People these days do know what postcards are, right? I'm here. Wish you were beautiful. At the end of your last day before vacation, drop a resignation letter on her desk. 2 weeks notice. I'll be back in 3 weeks to sign papers, clear your desk, and pick up my last check. I wish. The only issue is this was only the place that was ready to apply for my H-1B for the mediocre role I am in. I wish I was in IT or something. I have been looking for a better place to work. However, options are next to nothing. Sibling expects me to support his vacation to overcome his depression. I'm a year younger, 32M, than my brother, 33M, who is going through a tough time now as he is getting divorced in few days. He is not earning at the moment. He stays with my mom, who is taking care of all the expenses. It's been 2.5 years since he was married. My SIL, who is few years older than him, agreed to marry him despite he doesn't have a job. They had conflicts on daily basis, which leads to him indulge in unhealthy behavior. He became chain smoker, eat junk food, and gained quite a lot of weight and now obese. One thing led to other. Now he has thyroid issues, pre-diabetic, cholesterol problems, stress, and depression. He was diagnosed with high blood pressure as well. I was suggesting him to go to therapy. I told I'll take care of the expenses for therapy, but he thinks he knows better than a therapist and ignored my suggestions and asked me to go to therapist instead. I'm also supporting the divorce expenses. Glad that my SIL decides to not claim any alimony, as even if she claims, he don't have any savings/jobs to support that. So my brother was saying, living with mom and in the current place will make him stress more, and he wants a peaceful place to stay for a few weeks. So he is planning to go to a hilly places/resort somewhere to cool him down. I know he doesn't have any money to cover the expense and most likely will ask me or mother to support this. However, though I want to help my brother out, I feel this will encourage his entitlement more. His expenses are being covered by me and mom. He stays in the house bought by me. Mom takes care of all the bills and cooks and maintains the house. I don't live with them, feeling sad and frustrated at the same time that he is where he is because of all the decisions he made. We've been telling him to stop smoking and eat healthy for years, which he ignored. Also, he complains the homemade food that my mom makes and instead orders pizza or go out and eat burgers and fries, mostly emotional eating. I'm confused and stressed daily because of this. My mom feels guilty as my brother tells it's my mom's mistake. Also, my brother at times blames me for not getting him a job even though I'm have a stable job for years. I am so sorry for you. It is so hard to see a loved one flushing their life down the toilet. I think you are right that paying for a vacation will only add to his entitlement. He needs some tough love. I think you should tell him that instead of a vacation, he needs to get a job and his own apartment/house. Thank you. Yes. Prepping myself to say that without affecting his feelings in one way or another. You are way more patient than I would have ever been. This guy has built his life to be exactly what he wants. He doesn't have to work. He guilts his family into doing everything for him, blames everyone else for his choices, and expects this to keep on going. He has you all exactly where he wants you, and there is no way he is ever going to change on his own. You know what that means, right? Either you and your mom change, or you just accept this parasite on your wallet and guilt complex for the rest of his life. Set him a deadline. In 6 months, he is cut off entirely. By then, he has to have a job and his own apartment. No more handouts. Sink or swim, you 33-year-old mooch. Which probably means he might find another girlfriend to mooch off, but then it won't be your problem. Sympathize with him when things go bad for him again, but don't let him back in the house. He's a big boy and needs to learn to stand on his own feet. Spend your money on your own life, eh? Your heart and your instincts are both in the right place. Your brother's issues are 100% on your brother and no one else. As hard as it may be, it might be time for you and your mother to stop enabling him. This boy needs to grow up. Work with your mom to give him a written set of expectations, a deadline for meeting each of them, and consequences if he fails to do so. Offer all of the non-financial support you can to help him meet these objectives, get a job, quit smoking, healthier eating habits, etc. His failure to launch is not your mother's fault any more than it is yours, except to the extent that either of you enabled him up to this point. Best of luck. Tough love is, well, tough to inflict on those you love. It's going to hurt, but it's for the good of all three of you. Don't do it. It will encourage him to want and demand more and more. He'll bite the hand that feeds him, and your mental health will suffer as well. even more than it already has. School principal expects hours of my time, plus supplies for free. I sew and crochet to a professional level. I occasionally take commissions, but I charge top dollar and don't do mates rates. Last week, I had a call from my daughter's old school. They're doing a production of Grease and wanted 25 poodle skirts and 10 vests made by the end of July. I said I would check my calendar, and if I had time, I would provide a quote. There was a short silence, then the principal said, "Oh, we thought you'd be able to donate them." I asked her why she thought that, and she said, "Other past parents make regular donations all the time. We haven't had anything from you." I asked her if she had any idea how much this would cost, and she said, "Oh, maybe a couple of $100s." I did laugh at that point. I told her that, for a professional to make what she was asking for would probably cost about $4,000, including materials and labor. Principal said, "That's ridiculous. I can get them from cheap company with an orange logo for about $10 each." I suggested she should do that. Then she asked if I'd pay for them since I wasn't prepared to donate my skills or material. I said no and ended the phone call. She's contacted me 4 more times since, saying the production is at risk due to budget issues. I found out from another parent that the professional musicians she's tried to hire have refused to play for free and have demanded payment up front due to issues with getting money from her in past years. I would normally be more sympathetic, but in my daughter's last year there, the school spent over $200,000 on a sport program that benefited about 10 kids, one of which was my daughter. At the same time, they pulled funding from the group of kids chosen to compete in a STEM challenge 3 weeks before they were due to go, canceled a planned trip for the school band, and closed one of the art studios. This was despite furious opposition from the school community, and despite the fact that this is an expensive private school that advertises itself as having a strong focus on creative and performing arts. It seems her new policies are coming back to bite, because she hasn't been able to secure any support from the community or past families. Everyone had closed ranks, and not single local business is prepared to put money in. Last week, I had a call from my daughter's old school. "Your kid doesn't even go there anymore, and they still have you on speed dial?" That's what surprised me as well. The only reason I would see the school used to having OPs, or anyone's, number after the student graduated and left, was to organize those get-togethers where students can remember the good times at that school, catch up on how their favorite teachers are doing, etc. To ask a parent of a former student for handouts is just a misuse of personal data, and I would ask them to delete my number in such a situation. LOL, they sure do. And it's not just past parents they keep track of, alumni too. Private schools are always looking for donations, although usually they want cash. Big shame for the kids, but hopefully the school board will make note of this and replace her with someone less entitled, more budget-conscious and solution-focused. Rather than palming off her issues onto unassuming parents who already have budgets to meet, commitments to fulfill, and raise kids, good on you for standing your dig. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.